A dump truck went off the road in New Sharon this morning after taking a corner too fast. In a post to social media, the Franklin County Sheriff's Office said that around 9:30 a.m. they responded to a report that the accident on Mile Hill Road. They say the speed of the truck as it entered the corner caused it to drift onto the soft shoulder of the road. The driver then overcorrected, causing the truck to cross the center line and crash through the guardrail and into a stream. The Sheriff's Office says that the crash caused significant damage to a culvert there. They also say the driver was injured and taken to the hospital for treatment. A trial is underway in court in Bangor this week after a Maine deputy claimed his gun fired while holstered and shot him in the leg. Somerset County Sheriff's Deputy David Cole is suing the New Hampshire gun maker Sig Sauer. Cole claims in 2022 he was shot by his issued pistol, breaking several bones in his leg, requiring multiple surgeries, months of medical care and therapy. The trial began last week and is scheduled to run through Thursday. The Gorham Planning Board met tonight to continue discussions about the possibility of an Amazon warehouse in town. The facility would be located on a 94-acre parcel of land off of Main Street. Tonight, members of the Planning Board heard from representatives for Amazon. They say they are proposing some changes to the scale of the operation after pushback from residents, including reducing the number of parking spaces at the site to help preserve wetlands. But they say less space for parking means less Amazon trucks, and that means fewer deliverers.
So a direct reduction of van parking spaces means a reduction of vans, which means a reduction of outbound capacity. We also showed some alternative site plans that relocated van parking to the other areas of the site, but studying this led to further disturbance of wetlands, leaving the board, the DEP, and the community to choose between residents or resources.
Concerns around the traffic and noise impacts from the facility were also discussed at tonight's meeting. The Planning Board will have another hearing on the topic on September 14th. Well, flock cameras are continuing to pop up throughout the state. The AI-powered license plate readers can be used to help police and other agencies analyze vehicle information. But concerns over privacy and potential for abuse are causing more Mainers to push back. News CENTER Maine's Drew Peters takes us to the latest community where the cameras have become a central issue.
On any given street here in Auburn, you're likely to come across a camera like this one, or these ones behind me. But it's these kind of cameras that are causing controversy around town.
They track the totality of your movement, regardless if a crime has been committed or suspicion of a crime.
Owned by Flock, State Representative David Boyer says 6 of these AI-powered license plate readers were installed by the city of Auburn with little public input.
These aren't CCTVs, they're not private businesses, they're security cameras or anything like that. This is a international for-profit company.
A company he and other community members argue is making a profit with the hundreds of gigabytes of data the cameras collect each day.
And it could be abused, it could be leaked, it could be sold, it could be abused by our own government. That's why, we're seeing left and right folks really get behind the movement to get rid of these.
Bipartisan support from fellow state legislators and nearly 2,000 residents submitting a petition to the city to ban the cameras.
There's been some people, of course, concerned that their freedom is being approached by these cameras.
City Councilor Leroy Walker is one of the names on that petition, but he says he signed for a different reason.
I think it's such a waste of having that camera out there when there's all kinds of other opportunities for it.
Opportunities to help support what he says is a local police department that's already stretched thin.
I want them where the traffic is heavy going in and out of the city and the speeders. The speeders, Center Street, Washington Street.
And while Walker sees more cameras as a solution, Boyer argues there's a better way to help officers support their communities.
We need to get back to more community policing.
Both sides now waiting on the city to decide whether the decision to ban the cameras will pass or go to a public vote.
I think we can trust our chief and our city manager.
That was Drew Peters reporting. Representative Boyer says he and other legislators are also pushing for a statewide ban on flock cameras. These calls come after other Maine communities like South Portland have removed their flock cameras in response to community backlash.